Welcome to A White Woman in Distress. I'm Amber, your host, and this is a special mini-series dedicated to unknown persons. Over time, remains have been found or bodies of those who are remembered only as Jane or John Does. These nameless victims, the unidentified souls who left behind stories that have yet to be told. In each episode, we'll explore the details of their disappearances, any mysteries surrounding their deaths, and the efforts to uncover their identities. Though they may be forgotten by many, we are here to shine a light on their cases. If you recognize any of the photos or details, please reach out to the local FBI, NamUs, or your local authorities. This content may include sexual assault, murder, violence. Listener discretion is advised. Please hang out, tag along, and let's get started. Today, we're exploring the story of an unidentified man found in a homeless camp in Florida City, Miami-Dade County, in December of 1957. Though his name may have been H. Daniels, as suggested by a laundry slip found near his remains, the man's identity remains a mystery to this day. Let's unravel the few clues left behind and delve into this heartbreaking case. On December 11th, 1957, authorities discovered the skeletal remains of a man in a homeless camp located just 100 feet south of Lucy Street and 11th Avenue in Florida City, Florida. The scene was sparse and desolate, providing little in the way of personal identification, but the remains of this man told a haunting story. Investigators estimated that the man was thought to be between the ages of 40 and 50 years old and had died weeks before he was found. He was around 5'5" with black hair, but other identifying features were difficult to determine due to the condition of his remains. His body was nearly a complete skeleton, making identification even harder. The investigation into this man's death led to the disturbing conclusion that he may have died from wood alcohol poisoning. Several empty cans of Sterno were found nearby, which was a substance often consumed by people struggling with homelessness and addiction as a cheap and dangerous source of alcohol. Investigators believe that the man may have unknowingly poisoned himself, which is a very tragic outcome of desperation. However, without more details or witnesses, the exact cause of death remains speculative. The Sterno cans are a strong indicator, but other factors could have contributed to his untimely demise. One of the few personal clues left behind was a laundry slip with the name H. Daniels. Could this have been his name, or was it just somebody else's laundry that he had come into possession of? Unfortunately, no records of an H. Daniels matching his description were ever found, leaving this as just another puzzling detail in this case. He was wearing dark-colored pants and a khaki shirt at the time of his death. Additionally, miscellaneous clothing items were found at the scene, but there was nothing that could definitively identify him. He also wore a watch, a small piece of normalcy, and an otherwise tragic end. The circumstances of this case paint a grim picture of a life on the margins, where homelessness, isolation, and despair can push people into dangerous situations. Whoever this man was, he had fallen through the cracks, and society had all but forgotten about him until his remains were found. The laundry slip may have hinted to his name, but that was all that authorities could uncover. The lack of available dental records and the inability to extract DNA from his remains, despite having samples, has stalled the investigation for decades. Even though his fingerprints were available, they did not match any known databases, leaving his identity a mystery that has never been solved. Though more than 6 decades have passed, there's still a chance someone out there may know who H. Daniels was or recognize some part of this story. The man found in the homeless camp deserved more in life, and even now, his death deserves answers. If you have any information or any leads about this case, please contact the Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner's Office at 305-545-2425. This case is a reminder of how easily people can slip away from the public's view and how important it is to care for those living on the margins of society. No one should ever be forgotten or left unidentified, and by sharing stories like this one, we can help bring awareness to cases that still need answers. Thank you for listening to today's episode of A White Woman in Distress. If you found today's episode compelling, please share, like, subscribe. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Together, we can continue to raise awareness for these cold cases and ensure that nobody is forgotten. Until next time, stay safe, stay vigilant, and remember, if you see something, say something, and do something.